Good morning, students. Today in your English class, you are going to learn the difference between was and were. Was and were are the past tense forms of the verbs is and are. So we already did this in the last chapter that is, am and are used in the present tense and was and were are used for the past tense. Now look at the sentences. The river was blue in color. The room was shut for a long time. That was my toy. It was cold last night. So you can see in all these sentences the word was is used. Why? Because in all these sentences you can see that the main person, place, animal or thing is singular in number. You can see river, room, toy, night. All these are singular. For the singular nouns we are using was in the past tense. So we use was with singular nouns, the pronouns he, she and it, and with this and that. Look at these sentences. The stars were very bright in the sky. These were my toys. Those books were in the library. These pictures were on the wall. So now you can see in all these sentences, were is used because we are talking about plural things. We are talking about stars, toys, books, pictures. All these are plural in number. Okay. So we use were with plural nouns, the pronouns you, we and they, and with these, those, their, etc. Now let's do this exercise. Fill in the blanks with was or were. It is very simple. You just have to find out whether the noun is singular, you will use was, and if it is plural, you will use were. So, it dash a fun trip. So, what about trip? Singular or plural? Yes, singular, so we will use was. We dash lost in the woods. So, we is plural or singular? Yes, plural. So, we will use we were. He dash fond of computer games. Which one will you choose? Was or were? Yes, was. I dash hungry, so I ate a cake. Talking about I, singular or plural? Yes, I was hungry. Very good, let's move ahead. They dash at their friend's house. They were, because they is plural. Those plants dash in Mrs. Kapoor's room. Those plants were, because plants is plural. Sheena dash a good singer. What about Sheena? Sheena was. The students dash in the basketball court. Students were. I dash in school in the morning. Very easy. I was. The storm dash very powerful. Because storm is singular, so we will use was. Now children, look at this box on the right hand side. Watch out. Were is always used with you, whether we talk of one person or many. So like in the present tense, you always use are with you. For example, you are a good girl. You are my best friend. So in the same way, in the past tense, you will use were with you. You were late to the class yesterday. All of you were at Anya's birthday party. Whether you is singular or whether you are using for many people, but you will always use were. Okay. Now fill in the blanks with is, am, are, was and were. Okay. They dash in the country now. So which one is it? Past or present, plural or singular? Now look at both the things. Okay. So yes, they are in the country now because now tells you that this is present and they are because they is plural we will use are. There dash a large crowd outside the mall last evening. So what about present or past? Yes, last evening. So this is past tense and it talks about crowd. There dash a large crowd. Now since crowd is plural, there are a lot of people, but with there we always use was. As we already read in the last slide that with there we will use was. There was a large crowd. Okay. He dash always good to me. Now you have to look at the present or past tense or singular or plural. So he dash always good to me. He is singular. He is always good to me. This dash an expensive car. Is it new? So it is present tense. It is clear. And this is. Dash you at the hospital yesterday? Now this one is past tense. It says yesterday. So and with you, what are we going to use? You already know this. Yes, were. Were you at the hospital yesterday? Next one, I read Cinderella when I dash younger. So now here you can see he read Cinderella when he was younger. Okay, so it is talking about the past tense. Her hair dashed thick and long before she cut it off. She cut her hair off, so that means it was thick and long. It is not now. So we will use was. We dash both 7 years old now. So now means present tense and we is plural. So we are. Julie and Janet dash in the same class last year. So last year tells you that this is in the past. And Julie and Janet, two girls. So this is plural. Julie and Janet were in the same class last year. Very good, children. Now this is your homework. On page number 60, you will find this exercise. You have to write 5 sentences about the story that you have read and use was and were in the sentences. Okay? And this is also your homework. This is word search and you have to find the names of these creatures. You can see there are pictures of 12 creatures here. Words are also given. So it is very simple. Clues are there. Just find the word in the word search. Okay? So that is all for today. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Keep smiling. Happy learning.